Okay, here we are, the ladies, TheChi,
Hello.
season
Look
3.
at us.
Hello.
Ladies, it's girls' time.
Ta-da.
Wait, let me get my little sippy cup.
Well, mine is just ginger ale. You know, we did
Mine
have
is
a
just
conversation.
water.
Okay.
Mine
The
is
normal.
water too. Okay, here's to the us being healthy.
Oh,
Mocktail.
fancy.
Mocktail.
Really cute.
Yeah, but for
Okay.
real, the one of us that weighs like 5 pounds, and then she's eating beans and sprouts and tofu and da 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 and da 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 da, and I'm like burger, fries,
Listen,
diet.
I went upstairs and was like, Popeyes or
No,
I am not doing this with you.
listen, I can't, I'm not built for veganism. My body would start eating itself and they were like, what's wrong with her? She's turned into a mutation. I'm not built for it. But God bless those of you who can. I am a carnivore. You can
Oh my
slap the cow
God.
and bring it to the table and I'm gonna tear his ass
But you
up.
are
Okay.
still loved as a carnivore.
Thank you. That means the world to me because you are everything.
I go both
Y'all,
ways.
this is the
Like a little chicken,
finale.
a little not. What?
No.
We're at the
Wow.
finale. We're at the final stretch of this thing.
Well,
Like
by the
this
time this
season.
is shown, it's done because it's after, afterwards, and so it's crazy that we've gone through the whole season. Because I mean, with the whole COVID mess, it's sort of like you're like hum hum hum, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, the world, everything's done. It's done. You know, we were anticipating it. It got moved up a couple weeks. The air
Yes.
dates, and you're all hyped, like, okay, well, no premiere. um,
I
no,
know.
no, like none of the stuff that you do when a new show comes out, like
Yeah.
going out to do things, publicity, and blah 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 blah. I've been more busy sitting in this corner with Zoom.
Listen, these
Crazy.
Zoom interviews and lives, although I will say, albeit I like the fact that it's done from the convenience of my home and I can decide to roll out of bed and maybe I showered, depending on the time.
That's a
Right.
maybe. Yeah, that's a maybe.
It's a
Yeah.
strong maybe, but it's okay because I shower at night, so I'm not too funky. And
That's
and if
automatic.
I am, only I gotta deal with it. Look at God.
Well, I also learned of the phrase business on top and casual on the bottom. So, ta-da!
Yeah.
Sometimes I just do cash all top and bottom. So it is what
I
it
think
is.
this is the most dressy you gonna catch me ever. Sorry, I don't care who it is. This you lucky it's got a pattern on it because I have a pack of black t-shirts and sweaters upstairs. I
got
didn't put on a hoodie, but I got one in my lap at all times.
Wow. Thank you.
So that's what it is.
Thank you. Now, does Tracy roll like that too?
And I think Tracy,
She dresses more.
she tries to be a little bit more zhuzhy and a little more forward because people are already wailing on her head. So she got to look like a decent person because people already think she's trash. So she can't dress like a hobo.
No, you're
And
not
then,
trash.
she'd be next to
I was
Ronnie.
gonna say Tracy is such a classy lady.
Thank you.
Yeah.
As is Imani with her sexy ass. Well, Jada is probably the classiest of them all.
I was gonna say she's the classiest of us all.
Yes.
With
Tracy
her
is from
nice couch.
Inglewood. I think Jada is in like Hyde Park, Kenwood, or something like that.
Ooh, okay. I know restaurants around there. Yes.
Yes, you do. You've actually gotten around the city a lot with
Dude,
the show
for
being here.
real.
Like you've done a good job in these 3 years of scattering about.
Mm-hmm.
Jasmine's from home, so she knows what it is.
Yeah.
Cool. But you're not in Chicago anymore. You're back and forth, right?
No, I don't come to Chicago. If it wasn't for my mom and my sister, I barely. Yeah.
You're like, I'm coming. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Next question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
But yeah, I don't really come to Chicago probably once a year.
Well, definitely more this last year because
Oh,
you've been with
yeah.
us.
Oh my God, it was like, damn, do I live here now?
Pretty
You're back
much. I
home.
mean, we're there 5 months or so out of the year. So definitely, I'm there half the year. So that, and you're there a lot. You were there a lot. So it's cool. I mean, I love it. Especially when it's during the warm weather.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, we
Am I
got
the
into
only
cold
person
weather.
that still loves Chicago? Like I love our winters. Like I love them. I
I
love the
can't.
snow. I love the fireplace I get to light upstairs. Like I love all of that shit. I like to wear my little fur boots or whatever. Like ooh, I'm
A
on the
few
phone with a bit.
days and then I'm good.
Well, so funny. We were, well, this is like a kind of off the wall, like comment question, but you saying that about the cold made me think about Ronnie's death, and us eating barbecue outside in the cold. To me, that was like, I'm cold. I don't want cold food, whatever. But I do know a lot of people do cook and barbecue in
Hmm.
the winter
But
outside.
we don't sit outside and eat it. But I just feel like that was one of those weeks that the weather was
Well, oh yeah, the
so
weather just
temperamental.
changed.
It just switched out of nowhere. Like it was the most ridiculous thing. Like that scene where we went to go spread Miss Ethel's ashes. And
Yes.
like while the scenery was beautiful because it was snow everywhere, we were like, it wasn't snowing 2 days ago. Like it's
No.
snowing now. And they had me in these slick boots. And I was like,
Yeah,
I can tell
because
you
it
who's
was
not
like a
walking
little
in
bit of
those.
ice. Yep.
And it was black ice too. I felt so bad because the guy that was holding the steady cam, he kept slipping. So we were outside a lot trying to keep doing that scene. And I was just like, yo, get this man some spikes for his because I can't keep walking in these slick ass boots. I'm about to bust my shit.
I,
Like
that day to me was all about mulled wine, mulled
oh,
wine. All I could think of the whole day was warm wine going down my body and warming me up.
yeah.
It was cold. It
We wouldn't get
cold.
some.
But yes, we did. And I got a picture of that. It's on Instagram, y'all. And that warm glass of wine is sitting right there, and I'm like, and you were just cracking me up.
Because
Yeah.
it was probably one of the coldest and because it came out of nowhere, we were like, oh my God. After that, it just stayed cold. And I was like, and I think we talked about it. I'm like, well, we gonna be eating barbecue outside? Outside we gonna eat it?
Yeah, yeah.
And they
Well,
put me in that little thin ass jacket. I was like, y'all are wild today.
Wow.
People don't know the struggles, y'all. Y'all don't know the struggles.
yeah, the technic, the
Got
technical
teeth
stuff
chattering.
is
We got
shooting
them
it
little hand
away.
warmers in our pockets. I had them in my
In our
jeans.
pockets, in our
Oh,
yep.
I
I was
love
just
them.
the
Oh,
little warmers be everywhere until they're like bricks.
Yes. They get real crunchy. You're like, what is this in my shoe? Oh, I was that once when we went to go sit down, I had like my butt was on fire. I was like, what is burning my ass? The pack is still back there. I mean,
you
I had a
forgot it.
little warm.
When it slipped down.
It was just in there chilling. I was like, please get it out of here. Oh my God. Jazz, what did you think about this season? Like, how did you take me through like the audition process or what like take me to the beginning, G, because
Yeah,
your
coming into
character,
this world.
dope.
Yeah. It was very wild because I had to sit with the reality of okay, I never realized how much of a private person I am, and I've done commercials, and I've never really had people on the street stop me. I've always had people say, "Where are you from?" or "Are you a model?" or something like that. But I already knew TV. I was like, "Wait, this is going to be a whole new thing," and get in this role. So many oh my God, it's so many bad scripts when it comes to people who are labeled as trans. So many bad scripts. I just had one. I won't say who wrote it, but I was like, "Is this the crying game? What the fuck?"
Wow.
Like I'm not doing this. I'll do the audition just to show them I'm an act. But I prayed. I told my guys, don't give me this at all.
Mhm.
Like I'm not. I will walk out of set, and I'm glad I didn't get it. But yeah, so when my agents brought it to me, I was on a verge of saying, like, forget this industry because the industry is not toxic, it's the people that's in it.
Yes.
And so I eventually read the script and I was like, wow, they are actually treating these two people like humans. And that resonates with me. If I don't feel like they're getting treated as humans, I'm just not going to do it. That's why I do other things to make money so I don't have to depend on shit that they bring.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, we went in and, I was like, blah, blah, blah. If I get this call back, I'm going to get it. I'm not even worried. Got the call back. When it came to like meeting Carmen and everyone, I was like, oh, I saw my competition. Not to say they're not talented, because they are. But I already knew. I was like, I got this. And then walked in. This is the first time I was like that. I've never.
No,
No,
and
but you
stay
know
like
what?
that.
It's perfect. It's perfect because if you feel it, and
Yeah,
it,
it was the first time I actually felt it. I was like, oh, I got this, no doubt about it. And it was one of those feelings like, I don't even want it, but I got it. But something in my soul told me, like, Jasmine, okay, you are chosen to bring this woman to life. You're chosen to bring grace, class to this character, but toughness at the same time. That the world, some of them are uncomfortable, but they're going to have to see that. And so after reading it, and then we are on set for the very first time. And I had my interview with NPR yesterday, and I told them that they asked me, like, when did you meet your co-star? I was like, I didn't meet him until the change, like, when we were like in our costume room. Like, I didn't meet no one. Like, it was like boom, boom, boom. Everything was happening so fast. And luckily, me been going to Second City and I improv in life in general, I know how to adapt to situations. So the first scene, luckily, it was very light. We were just chasing out the place, and I'm just like seeing how all the moving parts are of this production, and everything is really super fast and really super like in place, and you have to hit your mark here and there. And I'm like, whoa, this is real, girl. Like, people are about to know who you are. You better prepare. And like I was telling you, Yolanda, in a text earlier, I was just not ready, but I was never going to be ready. So it was like, you're just going to have to be thrown in there, and you're going to have to figure it out, young lady, as you go. So this whole thing, it went by fast. It was so many emotions, so many, because I had to be vulnerable for the very first time in a long time.
what was your first scene?
My first scene was when we chased out the funeral, and when we were on the car, and we were looking at Judah.
Yeah, watching him.
That was the very first scene.
Okay.
And I'm really happy that was the very first scene, because I was already, because I was still on the fence if are you doing this? Part of me wanted to just like, you should just quit. And it's like, no, honey.
I'm so glad you didn't, because
Imani
is so powerful. Like,
I love that woman.
Such a powerful bitch.
Yes, I saw it when I was looking at some of the things. I was like, you that bitch. I don't give a fuck. You are that bitch. You better own it too. Like, because I never really look at myself. This is another thing. This is the first thing that I've actually looked at myself. Like some commercials or this pilot that I did, and I never looked at myself and wanted to see myself. So I'm like, you know what? I'm actually going to watch myself this time. And I watched myself, and I saw some of the choices I made as an actor. I was like, oh, you're actually a decent actor. Yes. And,
Excellent.
her character is so many levels to her. And I love that TheChi did not focus on the labeling of her being transgender. It really humanized her. It forced the universal story for people to see, like, okay, she has all these things that's going on with her, and she has to maneuver through life just like the rest of us. Some of her situations people can relate to, and some of them they can't. But overall, it was like, how do I navigate this story and making sure that I stay true to this character, but overall, making sure that I'm vulnerable to tell this love story, this story about, it's a lot about community too, because I feel like these Imani is looking for community. I think she found it in Trig, but now she's getting introduced to a second party, which is Jake, who's also looking for community. So I feel like in that universal realm, like, people can relate to, like, once you find your community and once you find your people, no matter who they are, whether they black, white, gay, straight, whatever, you tend to gravitate towards them. And you now still have to maneuver through life. And I had to, like, get out of my own way and say, like, okay, we need you, Jasmine, to be vulnerable for her. because this character, a lot of people are going to look up to you. Like, I didn't realize I was getting DMs from, and you know, it's crazy. I'm getting DMs from my people, which I was very leery about, who was going to be my biggest critic, you know. And I started receiving a lot of love from our people, you know. And then I started receiving. I had a white mom DM me recently, and she was telling me that her daughter is trans and how it means so much. And it didn't dawn on me. And I remember you telling me this time, like, you're changing the world and you don't even know it. And I'm like, wow, I have people who actually are looking up to this character, who's loving this character. And most of the fear of the hate that I thought I was going to get, I didn't even get 10 times as much as I thought I was going to get, which is surprising. I was like, wow, okay. So, and my comments, as you see, are on.
Yeah.
You know, my comments are on. So navigating that, I mean, and now, like, I'm hiking now. I can't go anywhere. People recognize me.
Yeah.
But mostly, luckily, I live in California, and I like to hang in very bougie places. So I feel
Okay, girl.
I need to hang with you.
but I'm proud of the love that I'm receiving, and I'm proud of the representation that I'm giving to our culture. I love how sometimes they like to display us as ghetto and all this and that. So I'm really happy that Lena Showtime, Justin, and everyone wrote a character that has this very toughness and gritty about her. She's like a mix of high society, the way she dresses, and street. You know, and I very much love how they gave her that, and she wasn't just some ghetto prostitute or some guy's side thing to play with at night or whatever. And I'm like, this is the love that we are portraying on this screen magnifies, and I'm seeing the frequencies allowing a lot of people to feel this, which makes me feel like, wow, you are an artist now. I'm so proud of this project. Like, I am proud that no matter what I've been through doing this and all these emotions came up, I'm like, I am honored that I'm on the show. And I'm glad that it's a Showtime show from a creator who came from the same city as me, you know? And I'm representing my culture too in such a good light. So I feel so blessed to like be able to be chosen to display. Yeah, I words can't even describe. I just feel like I'm blessed that I was chosen to bring her to life.
Well, I know that we're glad that you're part of our family because yeah, you did portray Jasmine portray Imani like beautifully, and like you said, all the for me, seeing all the subtleties, seeing the not the struggle, because y'all reminded me of like a young couple trying to get their shit together. You trying to get that business, you know, he's trying to do this family thing. Y'all are together in the world. That in itself, the whole, you know, Black love thing is just beautiful. And, you know, just to see it, you know, with the kids, to see it with y'all, see it, you know, at different ages and different sorts getting through it. But then at the same time, bringing up subjects where you're schooling him, because it's like, hey, yo, hold up, you know, you came in here starting shit, like talking about the, you know, the scene where y'all are in the bar, and, you know, and he's waiting for you, and it's just like, can't do that.
That was a powerful ass line when you said you can't love me and hate them.
Yep.
And I think that it was so impactful because we as a people, and I'm talking about Black people, and I love us tremendously, but we have to get rid of the stigmas and loving those that we love, no matter what walk of life they're from, what nationality. Do it publicly. I love the fact that Trig loves Imani so publicly and so tenderly, and she can still chin check his ass. I love the fact that she is a hustler. You know, like that's so shy. Like doing hair in the kitchen, that's us.
Yeah.
Like, you know how many times I've gotten my hair done in the kitchen?
Honey,
You'll get my
so
hair done
many
in the kitchen
times
from time
that
to time.
discount came in handy for going in that kitchen.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, girl, yeah, I'll come to your house. I ain't gotta come to the shop. It's how much off? Yes.
But
So
that's,
I just love that.
But then also,
very powerful. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, got your man's back, going to the trap house. Right there with
Rada,
all day. Yeah, that's another.
day.
I feel like that's another. I almost lost my train of thought. That's another thing about Chicago women. I say that we are ride or die. We're, I don't care how bougie we seem, but if we're with someone that we love, we're ride or die. But to that scene in the bar, I felt so, because I was like, wow, this is so crazy, because I had this conversation with my brothers, because my brothers had this idea that they would bring me back around their friends, and just because I was somewhat passable or pretty and stuff like that, I'm totally accepted. I had drug dealers on a block that, just like were just so cool with me, but they would disrespect gay guys and people of the LGBT community. And I remember at a young age checking them, like, no, you cannot do that. I checked my brother years ago when he was like, I'm glad you're like this and you're not a gay guy. I said, it doesn't matter. We're people in general, whatever body I decided to live in, like, you should have loved me in general. And if I bring any of my gay friends around, which I didn't have any at the time, I'm like, I expect you to respect them and love them just as you will respect me. So when that scene in the bar, it took that flashback back, like, wow, I actually have to have this conversation with a lot of men, and especially of a lot of the thugs on the block, y'all, if you see one of my friends coming over, whatever, no, this ain't happening. You cannot, like Imani said, you can't respect me and then talk shit to them. No, that's just not gonna fly with me, basically. So the writing was beautiful. It was like, this is actually coming full circle. So, I mean, so real, it's so gritty, so truthful. And we all have to sit there and be uncomfortable about it, because it's like, no, it's true. You have to take her for everything she is. You have to accept that she was born a guy. You have to accept that she was a part of this community. Like, you don't have to label yourself, but you have to accept these things.
Yes, and respect. I think that's the biggest word and I'm glad that we're a group of women and Black women. I think the first thing people should lead with at all times is respect. I don't care what your choices are in life. As long as you respect me and I respect you, we can all coexist.
Exactly.
I don't understand people's mindsets. And you can be passionate about a thing. Don't get disrespectful.
It's because I feel like humanity in general, like, that's why I'm so glad all these characters are written with so much humanity. We forget that this is still a human being. I don't care what religion they are, what sex they are, Black or white or whatever. This is a human being. And like you said, if you lead with respect the human. If you start looking at that person like, I'm going to respect you because you're a human. I might not know about whatever life choices you are. Maybe I'm ignorant to them. And I feel like a lot of us need to just address that with ourselves. That's our shadows. And if we address that, like, okay, I don't know a lot about you and I'll try to learn, or I don't want to learn, but I'm just going to choose to respect you and carry on about my day. And it's so simple, but, we complicate things.
By not minding our business. It's like, if you can't leave with respect and love, it's really easy to just mind your business. It's not hard to do it. It's actually one of the most fun things you can do.
Mind your damn business.
Mind your business. It's not a big deal. Or as my mama and my sister and I like to say, mind the business that pays you. So then there's that.
Well, let me ask this, y'all, because we're getting to the end of it here. What would y'all like to see for your characters if there's a season 4?
I would like Tracy to find some friends. I know.
Come to Jada's house if my kids are gone.
I'm saying, like, Jada.
Maybe you can come get your hair done by me.
Listen, let Imani do our hair. Let me and Jada and Imani have lunch. Like, we have all get our nails done. Have a massage, have wine and Netflix and chill.
Well, I got a massager.
Ooh.
I want to ask you about that. Yeah.
You got the massage, honey. Booty rub.
Everything. That happy ending was great for you.
Honey, The
It
scene
was
was
great
just
for Jada. Great for
mm,
Jada.
Jada got all the men this season.
The
Can Tracy
men.
get a man? Listen, what I'm really looking forward to is seeing the healing and the growth. Tracy getting some friends. Cough, cough. Jada, cough, cough. Imani. But like, can she get a man? Like one that loves her, one that is not over the age of 50. That's not an alcoholic or a rapist.
Well, Jada will take one over 50. If it happens to be John Jelks, the actor from Chicago, that's fine too.
Please, yo, if we get John Joe,
He's
we are.
amazing.
Listen, the home team is winning because John is one of the most amazing actors and people on the like. He's
On
just
the planet.
dope. Oh,
Yeah,
I can
he
see
is.
that. I can see you. I can see Jada and John. Like John can hang a suit. Imagine him being this sexy businessman or whatever, taking
I
her
know.
around the city, picking her up in like a a nice black
Yes,
car,
I'm
wine and
here for it.
dining her. I need that in your life.
I like that too.
I'm gonna put that out.
I just think Jasmine, speak it. I just feel it would be really cool to see, because the kids have had their relationships and blah blah blah. Everybody's got their little relationships. To see the adults, like you said,
Yeah.
the friends kind of merging. I'd like to see characters together in the show. Characters you don't usually see together,
Mm-hmm.
and just living, because like I know way too many single beautiful black women, and even just exes being friends, like Jada Darnell, just I'm sure we could all know each other, be sitting at the house doing whatever, just being,
Yeah.
which is fun.
I think that would be
uh
interesting having those conversations. That would be.
yeah. So wait, I got you two, right? Wait, I didn't get you, Jasmine. What would you like to see your character do?
I want to know more about her. I want to know where she came from. We know what happened to her dad. I don't know where's her mom. I just want to know where she came from. I also actually want to know, how did her and Trig meet too?
I do too.
Great question.
I really want to know, how did they met? Because I can have to create that whole world, because it was never told to me. I really want to know how they met and how that conversation was.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well.
Actually, that's
Mhm.
probably one of the most interesting things, because I know a lot of people had those kinds of questions, because you guys, what I like about our show is always like a day in a life,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not always specific as to like a timeline. I would love to see the small bits and pieces of all the inner workings in the relationship. Hell, I would like to know how Jada and Darnell met. I would like to know how they fucking fell apart and he married 17 bitches and not her. These are things that are interesting. Like, it fills in a lot of the gaps, and I think for the women in particular on the show, we catch a lot of heat,
Yes.
because the
Yes.
men are written in such complicated and yet sympathetic ways at times.
Mm-hmm.
Women are just kind of like, well, that's just her personality, but nobody really knows how they got to this point. And I think that would humanize us. The angry
Yes.
Black woman, the burdensome, downtrodden Black woman, these are all stories that have been told, but nobody tells how they got this way. And you can't see the strength or respect the strength of a woman, a Black woman in particular, if you don't understand how she's had to rebuild herself, pick herself back up. Your heart can't go out to her until you understand her. And I think that is going to come with the writing. So I would really love for them to flesh out more of the older female characters in particular, because I feel like the kids, it's easy to love them. They're kids, they're intelligent, they're beautiful, young, bright stars, but
Yeah.
kind of.
I agree. I think that'd be amazing to see that, because like you said, if we don't know what they've been through, how can we feel that sympathy, that compassion for them? Because society likes to portray just like, oh, she's just like this. No, she has a story behind why she's like this, and she's been put in these situations. Like you said, she had to rebuild and uplift herself and choose to be happy while holding this wall that the
Yeah.
world made her have, when she really just want to be open. But
Oh, I mean, I think that's life, and I think that is part of what the world, when they see Black women, everybody's quick to judge everybody all the time in society, but we are the angry Black women, we are the strong Black women, we are these things, whereas the reality is we are just as full of emotions of all sorts. as everybody else. We might not get the time to show all our emotions because we're too busy doing this, and that, taking care of everything. Not because we want to, but because we have to keep the train moving, to keep everything above water. So for that, I am applauding us Black women.
Yes, my sisters.
Yes. And thank you, TheChi season 3, for shining on all of us. And I think I speak for all of us. We're happy to be able to portray these characters for you, bring them to life truthfully, whether you like them or not. We are bringing.
Listen, I love Tracy's complexity. I love Jada's complexity. Like, I love the fact that these are women that are in this world somewhere. Like you said, love them or hate them.
Yeah,
we're here.
We are here, and I adore Imani. I'm glad that she's here. She's existent, and she's unapologetic about it. And I love these two women as well, Jada, and I love you too.
Tracy.
I just feel like it's so much more, and I really do hope that these fucking neighbors. I really do. I really do. I'm trying to do a Zoom. I really do hope that they do write us in some way that you guys are coming to get your hair done so we all can meet. I feel like that'd be an easy transition.
You better know how to braid too, or have a braider up in your kitchen, living room, something.
Listen. Tracy is always looking for a new style, honey, as you can see. She went from natural to a 88-foot Pocahontas weave in a minute.
Yes.
All right, y'all. We are going to be out. Let's say goodbye to everybody.
Bye.
Bye, guys. See you next season.
Thank y'all.
Thank
Love
you.
y'all.